sure about that?
All right, I think we are up. We are good and set and ready to go. Let me get get our overlay in here so we can get our YouTube comments for those that are following us on our YouTube page. Yeah, because it won't let me pull that up. All right, guys, welcome to another episode with your boys here at the Truth Media Podcast. This is your boy here, Q Fusion Reacts, and my co-host.
What's good, y'all? Double A Hef in the building.
All right, guys, we're in for a jam-packed episode. We wanted to have some fun with this, but at the same token, hit on a very uh, semi-serious topic. We have noticed in some of the episodes that we've done, um, it's come across to our viewers, both on the men and the viewer on the women's side, that we seem to have a one-track mind when it comes to who deserves the blame for why the dating culture is the way it is. And what I have come across is some videos, right, that I wanted to just sort of send for the jury, for the rest of our viewers out there to sort of go along with us and see where we think here at the Truth Media Podcast, the blame lies for why the state of affairs are as such, right? So I've come across just going to use 3 videos just for the sake of time. We're not trying to make this an extremely long video, but what I want to do is have a discussion with my co-host and you guys to just see what do you guys think? Why do you think when we go on these dating apps, we go on all these different websites, because as a single person myself, we know what's out there, right? It's definitely like the Barron Institute. And I know a lot of times I tell the people that I know that are in relationships, stay in them. You know what I'm saying? It is not worth it to jump back onto the market, right? Because of what's waiting for you out there. So because of that, right? Because it shouldn't be like that, right? The dating process, I don't think should be as tenuous as it is. And I think that it's time that here at the Truth Media Podcast, where we bring you the unfiltered, unadulterated, nothing but the truth, where we give you guys a nice rendition of what we think is the main crux of the issue. Okay. So with that, Aaron, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I'm ready to get into this. Guys, if you're watching right now, please do us a favor, like, share, subscribe. Let's get as many people in on this discussion as possible. And I want to see some action in the chats. Let's open it up. Let's see what you guys got to say. Whether agree or disagree, we're not going to land base here.
Yeah, absolutely. And also too, we want to earn these likes and comments too as well. So thank you, Michael Peoples, for the love. Yeah, we want to earn it. So if you guys are watching along, you take the time out to check out some of our views, and you think, hey, look, this is something that I could, on a weekly basis, subscribe to, right, to listen to what these guys think, or it's something I'd like to challenge, because we are always open to opposing views, because obviously me and Aaron do align on a lot of our different takes. Please, by all means, that's why there's a comment section. You know what I mean? We love the engagement, and it helps us with getting our content out there just that much more to the audience. All right. So with that being said, let's get into the first video.
I only want you for the money and the clothes and for the bills.
Let's not start this again. Work with me.
That's it. If you ain't getting my hair done, if you ain't getting my nails done, if you ain't doing nothing for me, then I don't need you here. It's not 50-50. It's not 80-20. It's 100% to 0.
Hey.
Just to 0.
Woo!
To 0.
Damn. Okay. So what do we think about that first video? Sorry, that first clip, I should call it.
Honestly, it happened so fast. Yo, can you replay it? Like, it happened so fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it one more time. Yeah, I know, because it was like in and out and all that.
I want you for the money and for the bills. That's it. If you ain't getting my hair done, if you ain't getting my nails done, if you ain't doing nothing for me, then I don't need you here. It's not 50-50. It's not 80-20. It's 100% to 0.
You know,
So I want to. So hold on. Before I want to go into. I want to not go into, but I also want to keep up. I want to look at. You can start. I just want to make sure we have up here the comment that was left. And I just want to give context to our viewers and who might not be able to see it. There is no girl on this planet worth fighting over, because if you truly think you found the one, you would never have to fight in the first place. And then the caption reads, "Focus on yourself, bro." All right. So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Please go ahead. So we can tackle both those things, the video and then obviously the comment.
So I mean, which one do you think we should tackle first, the video or the comment?
That's what I'm saying. We just watched the video, so we could tackle the video first and then the comment.
All right. Well, I mean, the video. I think the video is interesting because what she said, even though it came across kind of like funky and all that, but you know, we could walk away from that knowing what she wants, and I have no issue with anybody that knows what they want, and they're upfront with it. I have no issue with anybody being like that. Actually, I wish more people would be like that. We wouldn't have as much confusion. So I applaud her for that. And then also, again, it's the way that she's saying it that I think may make some people, you know, like go, like cringe kind of. But again, she's basically saying, like, I'm submissive. I'm gonna submit to you as long as you're doing this. I'm gonna submit. If you're not doing all of this stuff for me, then I'm gonna find someone that will. So again, I have no issue with that. I will say she comes across as if she's from the streets, for the streets, and nothing but the streets. You know what I'm saying? The holy streets. Return her from where she came. You know what I mean? Return her from where she's came. You know, but so obviously I would say, you know, definitely not wife material, because you know, she's just looking for those things, and she doesn't care anything about like who you are as a person and like the intangibles that you bring. Even though most women don't give a fuck about you as a person and the intangibles that you can bring, they only care about what you can provide. And that's why whenever we have these circular, you know, gender conversations, it's like if we could just cut the shit, ladies. Y'all know y'all don't give a damn about half the shit these niggas is talking about. As long as he can provide for you, yeah, you will get down on your knees and you be riding a shotgun with a dude that looks like your grandfather in a heartbeat. If that nigga fucking came through with that wallet and he was about some sense and wasn't a simp, if he came out like, look, hey, look, you got needs, I got needs too. So what's it gonna be? That's all he gotta say. That's all he gotta say. If, you know what I'm saying? If he bought shit, he got that money. That's all he gotta say. And she's like, oh, so what you waiting on then? Close the door. Yo, she ready to go.
Yo. Okay. Yeah. That. Oh man. And then I'll give you the space to talk about this comment. That this user left. With regards to, you want me to read it again?
I can't see it.
Yeah, it's there is no girl on this planet worth fighting over, because if you truly think you found the one, you would never have to fight in the first place. Focus on yourself is the cap.
I agree with that. I just don't agree with, you know how sometimes, and this is like in school when we're growing up, especially in math class, they give you the scrap sheet of paper to show the work, right? And back then, I never really got it. I was like, hey, if I know the answer, I know the answer. But now in life, I see instances where it's like, okay, you got to the right spot, but I don't think you got to the right spot for the right reasons. And his comment is kind of like, it has like, you know, hints of simpish to it. And I'm just like, because to be honest with you, you shouldn't be fighting over any woman. Period. Unless it's your mother or your daughter. And you got to fight on behalf of them. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of a relationship, look, people are going to do what they want to do. A woman, Next thing you know, or you kill somebody.
Yeah.
Now you other nigga on, and she was the third nigga that none of y'all knew about. So no, never fight a woman. It's not even about, oh well, if you really think you got her. No, the second she shows, hint like, hey, you're gonna have to fight for me or whatever. No, hey, bitch, please. You nice knowing you. Enjoy the rest of your life. Block. You gotta hit bitches with the block. Block these bitches. It's one of the most powerful buttons that y'all gonna discover this year. The block. And not even just these bitches. Block these niggas too. These niggas that ain't about shit. Block them after your goddamn life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I guess I'll give my first take on the video. So I mean, you know what, guys? I think we could cry to the moon comes home, right? The reality exists is these type of women exist, right? And the reason why they exist and they have the standards that they ask for is because there's a man that lies there that's willing to provide them those standards. Okay, so instead of bitching and moaning about the fact that these women exist, well, how about you guys raise your standards, right? As far as the women that you choose to settle down with and choose to give commitment to, and maybe you won't see a lot of this errant sort of I guess you would say this arrogant sort of air about how this woman's coming across, because obviously she is not in her feminine right now speaking to this man, because unless this is a skit, she's talking to him like as if he's not performing in the way that she needs him to perform. Okay, so otherwise this sort of energy may not have come out. And so this is what you have to understand, guys, is that a lot of women today are conditionally feminine. Okay, there's no longer a state where, I don't want to say no longer, because you may come across women that are traditionally feminine, who are just docile, who are able to sort of I don't want to say meek, but they have a sort of a calming nature to them about them, consistently, no matter what their preoccupation, their occupation. But for the most part, if you're going to be dating in the West, you have to understand that you're dealing with a conditionally feminine woman. So yes, that means that you must be on your shit and you must be performing. And this is why I hate when women sort of sop up this whole, oh, I'm willing to go half with a guy, I'm willing to go half. Just by you saying I'm willing to go half already institutes to me that you don't want to go half. You're willing to settle with half. So what does that mean? That means that there is a settling time clock by which you're going to then move along for the guy that's actually going to take care of those needs that you persistently are going to be asking for. And now this is where the crossroads comes, right? Because when we say things like that, people automatically assume that we're saying, oh, the woman bad, man good. Oh, she's a harlot. She's a this. And true, some of these women are harlots, absolutely. But if I had a daughter, and if I was raising her to be the most discerning woman that she could possibly be, I would raise her to be conditionally feminine. You need to watch out. You cannot just be out here, throwing around your submissiveness, right, to just any old dude with the gold chain and fucking gold teeth. You need to be able to qualify that man, bring him to me, so that way I may qualify him as well, and that way we can have a conversation as to whether or not he meets the standards by which our family lives by. So no, you should not just be running around submitting themselves to any old man. And this is why, if you listen to our message, this is something that we constantly preach here at the Truth Media podcast. So that's for one. So I think that to answer that question in the ticker, and you guys can let us know down below in the comments what you guys think for our question of the day, with regards to who's to blame for this generation of dating, women or men. I put the onus on men, right? Because here at the Truth Media podcast, and you know what, we could touch base on that after we get through these videos to end our takes. But I'll give up my comment to this blurb. I don't know. I feel like you say it's simpish behavior. I think it's giving off more of that, like a little bit of that incelish behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting incel from this, because it's to me, it's like when I hear guys talk like this in particular, you're in somebody's comment section, you're in this. What are you that it's like saying like water is wet. What? Like what? So what are you doing? Have you been fighting over women your whole life, and you're in jail now, tweeting this out in on TikTok or whatever? Because they're able to use social media now in jail, which is crazy. I didn't know that was a thing, but now so is that what you're doing, right? You're sitting from your jail cell with your laid back like that because you don't want to be on your stomach. So you're laid back. You're going, yeah, I shouldn't have fought over that bitch, man. She was a fucking hoe. Like I swear to God, yo. So LaQuisha, you fucking did me dirty, yo. I swear to God, when I come out of here, yo. Like, come on, man. Like this is where I get annoyed by the black pill. We talk about the red pill. Like, it's a lot of this, and I've made in my notes. Is this defeatist behavior? That is something that really bothers me about these spaces. Is that they have this sort of like end all be all. Like, oh, if what, like they go into the thing, women bad, men good.
Yeah.
And to me, that is something that is problematic, and I think we always go back and forth on this. That's something that I'm not really a big fan of, because if it's any, you can't sit here and say that men, and I think this is where we always can agree on. You can't say that men are the leaders, but then at the same token blame women for why you don't achieve the results that you want to achieve within your relationships. It's just you can't have it, right? Exactly. So that's something that I'm not really a fan of. When I see comments like this, it's like, all right, cool. Now what? You want to start crying? Like,
yeah,
like who hurt you?
Because you know what? Look, leaders lead. That's it. Leaders lead. Leaders don't make excuses. They adapt to whatever happened, whether it was good or bad, and then they, retool and go at it again. That's what they do.
Absolutely. So yeah, guys. So let's go into the next video, where it is titled "He Was Perfect, but She Lost Feelings."
I hope you're good. He was amazing, actually. He was an amazing.
If you could say something to your ex right now, what would it be?
I hope you're good. He was amazing, actually. He was an amazing guy.
He was amazing?
Yeah.
Then why you lost feelings?
I'm amazing. He just wasn't it for me, but he's a really good guy. Amazing guy.
What can men do to avoid a situation like that? They're an amazing guy. They do everything right.
You can do. It's just like your feelings. There's absolutely nothing. He can treat you like a queen and be the best guy ever, but you just, I don't know.
You can't do nothing?
Nothing, yeah.
But the thing with that is, and I said, we've spoken about this. We've spoken about this for years now. The thing about that is, once she said, oh, he's amazing, all this stuff, when women do that, what that means is he was too nice. He didn't take control. Yes. I was throwing it at him, and he was being way too docile. I want someone that's going to throw me on the bed, that's going to, just bend me over the couch and just fucking, pull my hair and all that. That's what I want. I want some wildness, and he didn't have that. That's what that means. And that's why she said, oh, yeah, there's nothing that he can do, no matter what. But those guys, there's nothing those guys can do. Because women, they'll tell you they want a good guy. They want Mr. Right. They want all of that. But they don't. And that's why, and a lot of women are going to get upset when I say this, but that's why I don't take them serious whenever they say what it is that they want. Anyone that's ever been in a relationship with a woman, beyond a shadow of a doubt, they don't know what the hell they want. Here, try this out. If you're in a relationship, right? And half you probably wouldn't have to do this. You already know where it's going to go. You say, babe, what do you want to eat? Oh. Just ask her, what does she want to eat? And that's going to exemplify what I'm saying. They don't know what the hell they want. So this chick is saying, oh, yeah, hey, he was perfect. But, nah. That's because you don't want to just come out and be like, hey, he wasn't slapping the shit out of my ass. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so that I think honestly that because this is what she was really looking for.
I like you and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. Mm-hmm. The choice is yours.
That's what she was looking for. Okay, so look, guys, your boy here, Q Fusion Reacts. I'm a Taurus, whatever that means. So that means I guess I'm a lover boy at heart, right? So I've been there, guys. When you put it's sorry to say this, right? And this is where I would hope some of you guys can remove, because this is what I'm able to do. I'm able to have this conversation objectively, right? We can have moments in our lives that happen where we can receive teaching lessons. It's not to say like, oh, the who hurt you conversation, but it's to say these are warning signs, and then move accordingly, as opposed to just continually doing the same result over and over. So when I give you guys advice, maybe I'm not going to speak for my co-host, but when I give you guys, I don't want to say advice, but when I give you guys my takeaways or anything of that nature on moving around in this dating sphere, it's from a place of I have done it, I have seen it, I have been there. This shit is not fun, guys. So when you watch this is in 1080p. This is a woman that in the most politically savvy way possible, she's telling you that you weren't good enough. Right? And here's the kicker. This is what's going to really blow your minds. It's okay. It is okay. Because what does that tell you? It means that your shit is not together in some capacity, which is okay. Now, does that mean that you need to go retrofit your life to manifest and create the best being for her? No, because she's gone. Best believe she's gone. She's already checked out. Girl is no longer an option for you. Okay, but what you have to understand is that if you're going to continue to keep moving, if you don't correct those falsehoods that exist in your game, you're going to keep getting the same result and the same talking points from her, where you get that the knife in the gut. I'd rather you say that I'm a piece of crap, you hate me, than give me the, oh, I think you're just an amazing guy, but you just it just wasn't in the cards for me right now. I just want to work on myself. It's like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what that means. All right. You want to work on yourself, and I'm with you. That's all that means to me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's all I hear, right? It's okay. So guys, when we hear things like this, you need to have these tough conversations where, not that you're gauging the interest in a woman, but you have to be able to set the standard. Well, I'm sorry, was this on your?
No, I just had to fix my mic.
Okay. You have to set the standard, because if you don't, this is what's going to happen, where she's going to feel like there is nothing mysterious about you. There's nothing about you that she needs to continue to try to figure out. There's nothing about you that gives her inquiry. And then now she's basically just, she's gotten everything that she's gotten to offer from you. And it's just kind of like, oh, well, that's not as intriguing as I thought it would be. So on to the next. And as we know, women scientifically, right, because they have done studies on this, women are more easy. It's more easier for women to get over breakups than it is for men. From a biological perspective, we can understand that, because during the courses of war, it's also the courses of conflict between men during the course of human evolution. What would happen is, a lot of the times, what's going to happen? In order for us to keep procreating, you're not just going to be throwing a hissy fit because your man died. No, you're gonna placate to the man that that obviously was the stronger being and was able to take over your village. So yeah, you're not gonna be able to sit there and be, woe is me. You're gonna have to keep it moving, right? And it's not to say that you're just like gonna automatically just shove that man off and you're never gonna think about him again. No, but for the sake of pushing along human society, yes, you will curtail those emotions, so that way you can keep the needle moving, keep the ball rolling, right? So if you know this, guys, you have to be very careful about the way that you move with regards to having these conversations, how your demeanor is, how your the way that you present yourself, the stoicism that you give on a constant basis, because women are constantly looking at these things, these markers, to gauge whether or not you're someone of value that she wants to attribute herself to. And if you don't perform on a consistent basis, she will end up leaving. Let's get into our last video. Aaron, anything else before I play this last one?
Yeah, actually, there's one thing I wanted to say. Brothers, it's piggybacking over what you said. You touched on it a little bit, so I'm just gonna add my 2 cents. Brothers, when the chick leaves you, right, when she's having you sit down for your exit interview, if you would, Like he said, it's already over. It's been over. Women are like frogs. They don't leap to the next lily pad until they know that it's there. When they leave, there's no intention on going back. They're already gone. All right? So don't try to salvage it. Don't try to be like, I'll do this, I'll do that. You're just making it worse. And not just for that situation, you're making it worse for yourself because you're regressing. You need to all right, what did I do wrong in that situation? And let me, address that going forward. But no, too often brothers are like, oh, let me, I'll suck your toes.
He ain't lying, man.
Yo,
bro.
So,
I've seen some shit, man.
Seen
some shit, man.
Bro.
And that is, what I mean. Thank you for bringing that point up too, because I think a lot of it gets lost because a lot of times we demonize, the other side, and we say, oh, well, why we don't buy her this? Why is this taking place? Who allows this, bro? We've all been there, right? Where hey, you know what I'm saying? You find a girl that you know that, hey, look, this is a great girl for me, blah, 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 and you just didn't meet the mark and she wants to move on. So you start saying all types of wild shit. Guys, what we're saying here is not that it's you're never going to come across this, but what we are saying is that if you're going to, once you get to a certain point in your life, you've got to exit out, man. You've got to exit out because you've got to know where your value stands. And it's okay to have that moment where you sit back and you're like, damn, man, I want to send that message, but then you snap back and you go, nah, man, nah, she ended it. We good. You know what I'm saying? Like, all wishes to her. I don't got to berate her. I don't got to call her all other names under the hood, right? Unless she disrespects you, right? And then you just keep it pushing. This is where these shows, First 48, and all these other fucking crime shows are fucking coming from, because a lot of you guys are like acting like women, where you can't take rejection.
No,
right? That's for women. Women are the ones that are not able to take rejection, right? We leave that on them because again, they're the ones that is their trope. We are supposed to understand that. Look, as there are many fish in the ocean, but for a lot of you guys, you go into the water and you're like, damn, man, like what is this? The fucking Hudson? Ain't no fish in this bitch, and all the I only see one clear. Oh my god, is that a fucking? Is that a tuna? Is that a tuna in the Hudson? Without any fucking. Oh my crikey! Oh my! It's a unicorn. It's a unicorn in the Hudson. And every time you see that, you start going crazy. You wanna drink the water in the Hudson. You wanna do backflips in the Hudson. You wanna do all these. And if you guys don't know where the Hudson, because we do have some international watchers, just know that if you've ever been to New York City, it is one of the most polluted waters on the face of the planet, right? So trust me when we say that, guys. A lot of y'all are acting like that. Like you just can't be. You need that dirty water in the ocean, and it's good to tell you that there's some fresh water down the road. There are some lakes down the road. Just be patient. There are some lakes with some good, clean water with fish, plentiful fish that you can choose from.
Yeah, you can take your time.
Take your time. It will be there for you, right? Please stop killing these women just because they say no, man. That shit is weird.
Yeah, no.
It is weird, man, and it gives a bad look to guys like myself who are on the dating market who have standards, because now when we put standards in play, oh god, that reminds me of the dude that was stalking me. He had standards, huh? So now we get conflated with you weirdos who are out here throwing that you have standards, but when in all actuality you're psychopathic. Like I don't like this is got to be the crux. So I want to play this video, and then I want us to close out with answering this question to wrap it up for the viewers. All right. So let's see here. Oh, did I share this one? I share this tab instead. All right. Yeah, this is looks like it's gonna be some wild shit. So bear with me, y'all.
Self-improvement, men or women?
Women. Definitely women.
Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10.
10s across the board. All period.
Isn't saying you're a 10 admitting there's no room for improvement?
No, not at all.
Isn't the first step towards improvement admitting you're not perfect?
You're right.
Yes. We were perfect. We just said
we were 10s.
Well, what would be perfect then? On a scale of 1 to 10?
There is no perfect, really.
Who is better at self-improvement?
You know what? I take everything I say about incels back. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's too deep. I'm not trying to get canceled. But see, this is okay. Oh God, how do I say this? Because you know what it is. I think the low hanging fruit people are going to be like, oh, these are low IQ individuals. These are low IQ women. They don't, they're obviously harlots. They're city girls. They're for the streets. But if this guy asked these questions to you on the street, right, before us giving these comments, if you're a woman watching this, how would you answer this? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of you guys. If I was to ask you guys, what do you guys rate yourselves on a scale of 1 to 10? You guys would go 15.
No. On a scale of 1 to 10, but you can't use 7.
Bruh, and they would
RIP to the Godfather.
If I can't say 7, then I'll say 777. That's what I rate myself on a scale. And that's what and so for me it's like, do you I ask the question, and I know that the answer is gonna not be surprising this, but do you think before you speak? Do you think before you speak? When you watch when you bring this mic to your face, right? And you haven't been, you're not drunk. You're clear of the mind, right? Because you're able to track his logic. Okay, so at what point do you say to yourself like, okay, this fruital flute from the loom that I thought I was chewing on may not just be so succulent as I thought it may be. So I don't know. I don't even know if we can call it delusion. I just think it's it's idiocy, just pure idiocy. I think that's where it comes down to.
I mean, this last video, I don't really have much issue with. I mean, obviously, if you're following like the logic line, it appears as if they're being, irrational, right? But I think what they're actually doing is saying we're very confident in ourselves. That's my takeaway. Because again, they've done, and yet they still were like, no, you can. There's no such thing as perfect to that degree. So if you're going to ask someone, hey, what do you rank yourself on a scale of 1 through 10? And then they say 10, but then we all agree that there's no such thing as perfect. Then either you take out 10, or you curve 10. You rate 10 on the curve, right? You have to, logically speaking, because then why ask about 10? Just say from 1 to 9. 10's there, but no one's perfect, and 10 is reserved for no one, basically. That's how I look at it. I think that they get it. They're just saying, hey, I could be a 10 and she could be a 10 because we're different. And that's where, that's where the nuance lies. Okay.
That's fair. No, that's a fair way of looking at it. Because you know what, just in my initial react, because it's like, anytime we ask, and I ask that question to anybody, I base it simply off of, 1 being, the lowest, and then 10 being the highest possible grade that you could give yourself, right? But the way you're breaking it, okay, I can see where you're coming from with that, because then why even have the 10 marker? Why not make it 1 to 11? Why not make it okay? So, but I think it's just, you know what it is? It's just, for me, it's to a degree, when they say I'm a 10, they're eliciting something that's way way bigger than that number, right? So for me, when they say, oh, I'm a 10, it's like, well, you're gonna go for the highest possible number that they offer. You're already leaning towards something as to say that I'm already there, because there's nothing higher than 10 on that scale. So for me, it's like, damn, like, so if there's nothing higher on that scale for you, you've hit the epitome of the scale. Okay, so what do you have to does that mean that you have nothing left to improve on? Oh, no, it doesn't.
See, but that's the point.
That's where I'm like, okay, well then why didn't you just say you were 8 or 9?
No, but see, that's the point. And then that's what I like. That's one thing I like about this and this conversation right now, is because as a man, we're speaking from a man's perspective, right? So as a man, the second the woman says she's a 10, you've gotten everything that you need to know from that situation. Now it's up to you if you want to entertain that shit. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say, oh, okay. That's it. Nothing further to discuss here. I'm going to ask you, why did you yourself as a 10? You know, like, no, she thinks she's a 10, that's fine. Knock yourself out. Do I agree with that? No. Are others going to agree with it? No. Who the hell cares? You know, she might not even truly think she's a 10. She's probably just saying it, you know, to boost herself.
Right.
You know? Because if she says, I'm a 9, and then her girlfriend says, well, I'm a 10, then she'll be looking like, well, you know, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, what do you expect? So, as a man, we got to be able to look at things and say, you know what? That's what I expected to happen.
Well, I mean, that's so sorry. I don't mean to get, but I think that's a lot of social acuity. You know what I mean? Because I mean, if I'm dating a girl, right, and it depends on, you know what I mean. Again,
are you dating her or are you beating?
No, sorry, I don't want to say dating. If I meet a girl and then she asks me, you know, oh, what do you, you know, see that, I guess that's where I'm like, I guess I'm trying to, because if she asks me, oh, what do you think I am on a scale of 1 to 10? You know what I'm saying? Like, and oh, you're a 10, baby girl. It's like, now I've fallen into that simp category, right? As opposed to keeping it real with her.
No. What you do? What I would say.
Unless she says she's a 10 first, and then you say, oh, okay.
All right. Like, I should.
That's how I would play it. I would.
If Shorty asked me, oh, you know, what do you scale me on a 1 to 10? I would say, you know, I don't use scales. That's it.
Oh Lord.
That's it. I don't use scales. Also, so then what did you use? I use the eye test. And I like what I see. So let's keep it moving.
Yo.
Serious. Like, no, I'm not playing that game with you. Next thing you know, you gonna take that battery, put it in your bag. Oh, he thinks I'm a 10. Ooh, so I'll do what I want. Bitch,
nah, bro.
No. I don't use no scales. What I use is the eye test.
But you know what? Okay, that's smooth. But I don't even think that's even come up for me to even have to do. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever been put in a situation where I had to, like, unless I was rating a girl that I had no intentions of clapping. You know, I've never had an instance where I had to sit there and, like, a girl was like, oh, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think? I think a lot of girls just assume their rating is over 6, right? Relatively attractive. I think they just assume that. And they move about their lives accordingly. So, but I think it's funny because when you ask guys the inverse question, we're very realistic about where we stand from a looks perspective, right?
Yeah, we are.
But we're blessed because we have buffers, right? So this is the beauty of the double standard, right? Like, I may be a 4, but if I go to the gym, work out, take care of myself, put myself on a great diet, you know what I'm saying? Make myself aesthetically look good, to a degree, keep myself in shape. But I also lock down a good, consistent paying job. I have my own place, all these other things, right?
Smell
You start
good.
adding on, smell good,
Funny.
dress well, funny, able to carry a conversation.
You clapped it already. You can stop. You already clapped.
You see what I'm saying? No, but like when you start building those things up, and now all of a sudden you're like, when that girl like meets you and sees your aura, now it's like, oh, okay, well, you made me laugh, so you were a 4, but you're a 6, right? As opposed to with men, you can it could be the inverse, where it's like, well, I thought you looked like a 7, an 8, but the way you were talking, put you down to a 6. Like, you can still get clapped.
I've seen it. That's happened. That's happened so many times, bro. I cannot even like I can't even come up with a number. Like, it just happened over my lifetime. Where like whether you at a club or back in the day you at a house party, you know, anywhere, right? And you see this chick and she is bad, right? Next thing you know, you start talking to her, and it's like, ugh. Like, maybe some other dudes could close the deal. Not me. Once you start talking some bullshit, or you just want some real like airhead type shit, where like, oh, like I'm pretty and I can just say whatever the hell I want. Hey, I'm not the one, because I don't have the patience for that. I've never had the patience for that. I'm not that type of dude where I'm going to wait around all night listening to this bullshit just so I can freaking clap. Like, no, I'm good. Your friend, she looks good. She's not a 10, but she's an 8, and she's quiet. I'm taking your friend, and then just by me taking your friend, now you're gonna be all up on my dick extra. You know,
and you're gonna be talking a lot less.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and so no, I mean, I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, yo, I don't want to say I feel bad for women, but because again, there's double standards that exist all over the place. Some that benefit men and some that benefit women. And one of the biggest ones is like, I guess you would say, like, where you get put in the I guess the rotation, right? Because a lot of times women will siphon men out for needs, right? Whether it be for platonic needs, for financial needs, or for relationship needs. But for us, I mean, my co-host, broke down on his end how he would, for me, and if I'm looking at it, and it's like, if I don't want to take you serious after you said some red flag shit, it's very easy for me to be like, all right, well, this is never going to go anywhere, and I have no plans on it, manifest, right? So it's just, but that, and that's the thing, is that like a lot of guys. So I guess now we can move into who's to blame for this generation of dating question. I would say I put the blame on the men, wholeheartedly, because to be fair, a lot of men are not getting sex. So what a lot of men are doing they are putting up with all of the bullshit that comes with a lot of these women who are taking charge. And instead of them saying, hey, you know what, this is my boundaries and these are my standards, this is how I need you to move, they allow for the fuckery to continue. And so therefore you get this arena where it's like, oh, hey, well, this is what I want. This is what I can have. And then you just have guys that are basically just sitting around at the bottom of the fucking cesspool going, just see me. And so this is the carousel that we go around, and it's just creating this ever-present sadness within both sides of the gender, where men are going sexless because they don't have the game or the finances or the aesthetics to be able to keep up, or you just have women who are just finding most men financially unattractive because men are more focused on finding sex than they are with building themselves. So you just see it's like an ever-present cycle of despair, because neither gender is really getting what they want. And I blame the men, because it's down to our leadership. If we would put our foot down and say, hey, this fuckery don't stand, I put it down like Gandalf and say, this shall not pass.
Wow.
Then you would see a lot less of this nonsense that you see on the internet.
Yeah. See, I agree wholeheartedly with that one. I blame men, but I always say that's not new. I've been saying that since this has been a thing. The men are to blame for this because we set the standard, and men as a collective have allowed the standard to fall so low that women have all the cards. Women, they're the dealer and the player. You know what I'm saying? They're literally dealing their own hands as we speak. So they're always gonna have the best cards. They're always gonna have the best hand. Now we can change that. We can. It's gonna take a monumental effort. It's gonna take brothers actually becoming men, because men. So actually, to answer the question, I don't blame men. I blame niggas, and I don't just mean black, quote unquote, black people. I mean all these
personality type.
Yeah, all them niggas, I blame them. Because men don't find themselves in situations like that.
Okay.
So that's who I blame, because them niggas are getting taken advantage of, right? They're just standing on by the wayside, waiting for whatever shorty wants, right? Just hoping one day he gets to, be at her crib one night, or she's at his crib one night and she falls asleep or some shit like that. I'm dead ass. There's niggas like that. There are niggas like that. I'm not saying like his brother's gonna rape her, but he's definitely gonna try to,
She's like, oh, you gonna? She's like, hey, I haven't been able to sleep. Can you just come over? Oh, I'm already outside. Huh? Oh, no. Why are you panting? Why do you sound like you're out of breath? Oh no, I was just I was in the area. I was jogging around there. Yeah. You live 20 minutes away from me. Hey, do you want me to come by or not? I'm already here. Just open up.
And brother, no cap, that's not romantic. All right, so I know some brothers out there like, oh, that's like the movie shit. Look, what you see in movies, don't follow, unless there's one movie that I know of that I can think of at the moment where some of the information is actually valid, and that's Hitch, right? Some of that information is actually valid. Like, yo, just chill out. You don't got to do too much. There's a time to come, like for the kiss scene. There's a time where you gotta, take control, and there's times where you just gotta be stoic and just know that you cool. Like when you're dancing, you don't gotta be doing all that crazy shit. Just do you. Be in your lane, stay in your lane, and know when you're gonna have to take control. All right, there's times to do it, and there's times not to do it. You're gonna know. You're gonna find out. All right, by trial and error, you're gonna figure that shit out. But basically, yes, I blame them niggas.
No, you know what? And I'm gonna say this because I think this is the beauty of having this podcast. Because if you watch our earlier content, like me and my co-hosts, we watch different things on the web, right? We watch different things on YouTube. I know for myself, for the last year and some change, I've been watching the Manosphere content, and I could tell you that if you watch a certain content for too long, what can happen a lot of the times is you can unless you're watching somebody who provides the evidence into a in a way that's actually I would say beneficial to your way of thinking, you start to see like little things and you're going, fuck her. Yeah, fuck her too. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that. And so why the reason why I say this is because if you asked me this question a year and some change ago, I'd be like, yeah, it's easy. Women. I blame women. I'm blaming the women, woman. Like I would answer in a heartbeat. Oh, women, they're heathens. You know what I'm saying? If they would keep the damn legs closed, then you know what I'm saying? Then we wouldn't have these issues. Right? I'd go whole Andrew Tate mode on this bitch. All right? You know what I'm saying? And then I'd get fully canceled. But you know what? As I've grown, right, within doing this podcast and then watching content on YouTube and sort of retrofitting your stances, because that's the beauty of having a stance, is that you can retrofit it as you grow and morph within the space. What I realized is that it comes down to what we preach, right? Like we can't eat our cake and have it too, right? And this is to end off. It's guys, if we're going to be putting ourselves as the pillars of society, we're the ones that move the needles. We're saying that we're the ones that keep everything afloat. Right, we're the backbone for families and all this stuff. If you believe in a neutral family, to then say that the woes of why your relationships and why your dating habits have not panned out is on the behest of somebody else automatically means that you're pushing off the buck. And here at the Truth Media Podcast, we do not push off the buck, right? Because that would mean that we are not being full-heartedly, honest about where the truth and the blame lies. And so this is where I ask you guys, my fellow men who watch this podcast, take a look at yourself, right? Look at where you're at this present moment in your life, and truly ask yourself, were you the best version of yourself for that woman that you were dating at that present time? If you can't answer that question, then that means that you have some looking at the drawing board that you need to do. And I'm here to tell you that it's okay. It is okay. This is the journey of life that we are all on. Me, you, my podcast partner, we're all on this journey. Okay, so that's something I just want to leave you guys off with.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I think we had a great time today. Do us a favor, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Let us know if you agree, disagree. Let us know if you think the abominable snowman is the reason for this generation of dating. Has he been coming out the woodwork and whispering in these women's ears to act the way that they do? Has he been laying down the pipe so good that now women just look at regular men and say, "That ain't it. You are not him." I don't know. Let us know.
What the heck are you talking about? Yo.
Let us know. Let us know. Please, ladies. Please. That's how niggas be sounding. Please. I'll suck your toe.
Oh my God. I'll eat your pussy from the back. I'll eat your butt. It's like, oh, hey now.
For real.
Oh.
You like,
have you out here like, that's all I want. That's all I want.
Niggas be thirsty, bro. I tell you, man, I've never been thirsty. Never. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, look, man. Bro. When it goes, Mike, remember that time? That time at Big Shots, bro. Well, I had Miss Big Booty herself.
Oh, I'm dead.
You know what I'm saying? And then she got all upset over some nonsense. And then she got up, she got up off my lap, and then that was the last I ever seen her.
Yeah, bro. Talk about fun in the bag, man. Talk about fun in the bag.
It's not fun in the bag if you don't really give a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, again.
I mean, the reason I say fun in the bag because Ninja, you had one job. Remember the name, but I mean, it's all good, man. Yeah, this Ninja. Yeah, this guy's crazy, yeah.
Remember
that shit had me hilarious,
bro.
And it worked out in the worst. It didn't work out because I think it was like it was me, and then she was on your lap, but you were facing. I was facing her. She was facing on. We were on the opposite side, so it's not like you could be like, oh, what what's her name? Like, so you couldn't even do that. That shit was when I sat there. I'm sitting there with my. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I still can't believe to this day that she got that mad about it. To be honest with you.
I mean, I don't.
You know how many bitches I called the wrong name?
Nah, but you know what? That girl, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I be trying to still kick it. She's in Florida now.
She looked out, or she done fell off.
I don't know. She's we had like a combo.
Okay.
Like randomly.
You know her name?
Site. Yes, I do. I do. This guy, man. But you know what I'm saying? But
what is her name? It's Lindsay, right?
Yeah. But she
Lindsay.
was
That's what I said that day.
You did say that. You did not say that. And you said some other shit, man. Like, I was like, bro, this is completely off. But that's not what you said, man.
Yeah, but then again, this happened over 10 years ago. Maybe this is.
Yeah, no, trust me. I was in there 1080p, sitting there like, yo, this dude is wilding. But hey, to your point, yeah, no, I can attest. My co-host was like, hey, you win some, you lose some. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't distraught over there. Like I didn't get up and I didn't even get up.
He didn't swing on her. Yeah, no, the night continued on. It's not like you swung on her. It's not like you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like these are all examples where.
And mind you, she was bad.
Yeah.
She was bad.
This guy was definitely
definitely one of the baddest ones in that motherfucker. Easily.
Oh yeah, hands down. Because this was like a bar in our town, and usually the turnout is not exactly yeah, but on this night, I think it was the summer back to school.
Yeah, it was summer.
Back from school. So school just gotten out and all that. One summer when I was coming out of college. So yeah, that was that, guys. And what happens is a lot of the times, I mean, obviously depending on how you take your L's, right? This is a lot because women are always watching. They'll be able to. They see this stuff. They see it on you. If you're out here just wearing your L's on your sleeve, they're gonna know that you're a fucking loser. If you just chalk it up to, hey, you know what I'm saying? She wanted to talk to my boy. Oh, all right. Well, or hey, I forgot her name, but I won't forget yours. You know what I'm saying? That's literally how simple it can be sometimes.
Oh yeah, easily.
That's literally how simple it can be.
Bro, listen to this, man. One night, and our homie can attest to the story too. He might still be sorry about this. I hope not. But our homie.
Yo.
No. So
I know you're going.
One night, I'm out, and it's just one chick, Baddie, right? Baddie. And I come through, and I never ever really spoke to her before, ever. I know her, she know me, but like we just never really crossed paths. For some reason, this night she all up on a nigga. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Like I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just walked through the fucking door. This shit is like. She's like whatever you want, sir. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, cool. So she on my lap. We're having a good time, whatever. I go to the bathroom. I come back from the bathroom, and I don't know what happened while I was gone because we was hooking up and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was just getting ready to. It's about that time. You know what I'm saying? It's about.
I know what you're talking about. That cue the music. I'm with you. I got you.
So I go to the bathroom. I come back thinking like, all right, we about to head out. I don't know what the hell happened when I was gone, but she was acting all different, crazy, and I'm like, yeah, like I'm not really with that. You feel me? Like I'm like low key, low maintenance. I'm not all that extra shit. Especially like you're not even my bitch. I'm saying like there's nothing here between us. So she started acting crazy. Mind you, we're at a bar and we're inside. There's music playing, there's DJ and everything. There's this chick with a fatty, like dancing right there. So I just go over and start dancing with her. And I wound up taking her home. You know what I'm saying? You know how sick that chick was? You know how sick she was? Sick. But again, you can turn the L to a W easy. It's all about the mindset. You know what I'm saying? You know that nigga, bro. Like, you want some shit. Keep that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was crazy. Situation, what's crazy is the chick that I left with, I didn't know her from nowhere. But she lived like 3 blocks away from my house. But because of how Avenel and the next town is, she went to a totally different school. But she lived 3 blocks away. So she got added to the stable with the quickness. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this guy is terrible. Yeah, no, but that's the situation that I think you're talking about. Then, I heard about that the next day. That shit was messy. But hey, you know what I'm saying? That tells 2 sides of the story that, guys, you need to be wary of, because you don't want to be the other side of this story if we were to get into it. For the sake of his life, you know what I'm saying? I want to keep him out of that.
Yeah, he's doing well now. He's doing well.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully he is. But yeah, that is it for us today, guys. We really appreciate you guys checking in with us, and for the ones that stay tuned past the live and watch this when we release it in a day or so. We really do appreciate you guys showing us love and giving us this boost in the subscriber count. I mean, we've gone from 22 subscribers when I think it was somewhere in October to now we're at 62 plus. Our goal for the end of the quarter is to get to 100, at least 100 subscribers. That is our big benchmark, for the present moment. And I believe that with you guys' help with getting us out there to the broader audience, we can get that accomplished. So thank you again for the ones that have showed us love and have commented. It's really been appreciative, and it's helped us sharpen our tools, sharpen our iron, so that way we can make sure that we're giving you the best content possible. All right. So with that, guys, thank you again. We look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode.
Shadow on the track. Let's get it. I'm a rock star type nigga, fucks bad bitches. See me in the drop 'cause I stay